I'd like to welcome our board and especially all of you here today, those of you who are joining in person and otherwise, to this first annual public meeting of the Reagan-Udall Foundation. This is not our only public interaction. As you'll hear, we're planning a lot more opportunities for involvement and outreach and collaboration in the foundation activities. But it is an important one, a good opportunity to take a step back and make sure that all of you are aware of some of the major activities and directions here at the foundation, and also make sure that we're hearing perspectives from everyone who is concerned about the foundation's activities. And that's a pretty diverse group of perspectives given the important role of the foundation in supporting the mission of the scientific mission behind the FDA's activities. I'd like to start this morning just by going around the table so that everyone here can introduce themselves, names and organizations. We can keep that pretty brief. I'm Mark McClellan. I'm the chair of the Reagan-Udall Foundation Board of Directors and the director of the Engelberg Center for Healthcare Reform at the Brookings Institution, where I'm also a senior fellow. Ellen?
Good morning. I'm actually very happy to have our first public meeting, so I'm thrilled that this day is here. I'm vice chair of Reagan-Udall and chair of Forensic Cancer Research.
Good morning. I'm Gary Neal, and corporate vice president of science and technology at Johnson & Johnson and board member.
Just gonna reach over there. Can you hear? I'm Bill Chin. Good morning. I'm the executive dean for research and Bertarelli professor of translational medical science at Harvard Medical School.
I'm Tachi Yamada. I'm with Takeda Pharmaceuticals. I'm a board member.
I'm Helen Darling, the president of the National Business Group on Health and a board member.
So good morning, I'm Margaret Miller. I'm the Associate Director for Regulatory Activities at the National Center for Toxicological Research at FDA, and I have the privilege of working at the Reagan-Udall a couple of days a week, helping them move some of their programs forward.
Good morning. My name is Carlos Angulo. I'm a partner at Zuckerman Spader, and I'm outside counsel to the foundation.
Hi, Steven Spielberg, Deputy Commissioner for Medical Products and Tobacco at FDA.
I'm Lisa Rovin. I'm the FDA liaison to the foundation, and I'm also sitting in today for Commissioner Hamburg, who sends her regrets and would have been here, but she's actually physically on an airplane even as we speak.
And Alicia Chow. I'm a project manager with the Reagan-Udall Foundation.
And I'm Jane Reese-Colburn. I'm the executive director of the Reagan-Udall Foundation.
And on the phone, I think we have Kay Holcomb.
Yes, I'm Kay Holcomb, and I'm a senior policy advisor at Genzyme and a member of the board of the Reagan-Udall Foundation.
And anybody else on the phone with us at the moment? No, we're expecting to be joined by a couple of other board members at some point during the meeting. So I think all of you have or should have access to a copy of our agenda for the day. This is an open meeting that we're scheduled to last until noon, and hopefully that will give us enough time for perspectives and discussion of the current issues relating to the foundation. We're going to go through a sequence of issues during this meeting. First, we're going to start with an overview of the foundation, which is a chance for us to provide a little bit of a basic orientation to what the foundation is and some of the important motivations behind its creation and that are guiding our work to date. Then we're going to talk about some of the current projects in development for the Reagan-Udall Foundation. Then there are two groups who are going to be providing comments, and that includes the Society for Women's Health Research and the Parkinson's Action Network. We're very pleased that you all are willing to do that. And afterwards, we would like to open up the meeting to to questions and comments from others in the audience. Jane, did I miss anything? Is that about
No, I think that's it.
Okay, so that's the outline for the day, and I want to encourage you all not to be shy, and also to keep in mind, as I'll remind you again later on in the meeting, that there are a number of other opportunities and channels for input and asking questions to the foundation, including through our web resources and through our staff led by Jane. So this will hopefully be an important element, an important step in what will be an ongoing dialogue, the input from all of you, and more importantly, I think the collaboration from a wide range of groups, as you'll see when you hear more about the foundation and its mode of operation, is going to be essential for our success in furthering the scientific support for the FDA's mission. So let me talk a little bit about that mission and the overview of the foundation to get us started right now. As I think many of you know, the foundation was created through bipartisan action in Congress with the FDA Amendments Act of 2007. This was a response in part to the FDA's report on FDA science and mission at risk, where its subcommittee on science and technology, and I think that's added dramatic effect.
Yes,
Pay our bills.
Yeah, so this is the I guess the mission, the science and mission at risk for dramatic effect. But that report and a number of other views at the time, and I'd say since then, highlighted that the science and technology support available for regulatory science, for development science, safety science, is not what it should be, given the rapid progress that's going on in a wide variety of basic science areas that have implications for the safety of the products regulated by the FDA. And as the subcommittee on science and technology that produced that report concluded, science at the FDA is in a precarious position. The agency suffers from serious scientific deficiencies and is not positioned to meet current or emerging regulatory responsibilities. Now, a lot of this, or a lot of the challenges and responses that report and others have recommended are steps that need to happen and hopefully are continuing to happen at the FDA. But a big component of this was the concern about the ongoing resources and support for scientific innovation that's relevant not just to the FDA, but to all of us who are concerned about safety and effectiveness and progress and confidence in using medical products, food, and other products regulated by the FDA. And that led to Congress identifying the need for an outside entity that could help address the problems identified with this report through fostering public-private partnerships. The intent is to both effectively and address support the FDA's need for better science to inform its regulatory activities, and to help develop the capacity to improve these scientific capabilities in the future. So these include areas like applying genomics, proteomics, information technology, other technologies to a foundation for improving the health of Americans. And to support these activities, the foundation's mission is to promote better science and better technical capabilities that can advance the FDA's mission. It's about the underlying science that all of us can use. It's not about the regulatory decisions or the policy activities of the FDA. That's the FDA's mission. It's got a broad and important regulatory mandate. Our goal is to help develop better science and evidence. And the ways that can happen include activities like spearheading research collaborations involving a range of public and private partners, ensuring broad-based participation in those efforts, including, importantly, consumer and patient perspectives, ensuring that new knowledge gained from these kinds of collaboration makes it into the public domain as quickly and effectively as possible, It includes helping to support and train a new and broader, more up-to-date generation of regulatory scientists, people who are expert in these issues of applied sciences, biostatistics, and the like that are relevant to safety and effectiveness research and studies. And it includes leveraging and integrating, coordinating outside resources with the many different activities that are taking place now to address these issues. We're not the only people involved in this by any means, but we do want to try to help make these activities work as effectively and synergistically as possible. Now, overseeing this mission and the set of activities for the foundation is a 14-member board of directors that includes members from academia, consumer groups, the medical product and food safety industry, healthcare providers, and other experts, other people, stakeholder groups that are concerned about the mission of the foundation. The FDA commissioner, who's on the plane right now, and the director of the National Institutes of Health also serve as non-voting members of the board. The statute expressly prohibits government control of the foundation. As I said before, is intended to support better science. It expressly gives the FDA, the Reagan-Udall Foundation, no role in the FDA's regulatory processes. In carrying out this mission, the foundation has taken some steps as we've gotten to this point where we're up and running to put in place a number of protections against potential conflicts of interest and undue influence of any particular stakeholder group as we try to support these broad-based consensus efforts. To strengthen these protections, the Reagan-Udall Foundation's Board of Directors has added some additional requirements to support transparency and prevent undue influence. This includes requiring public disclosure of our gift acceptance policies and decisions, public disclosure of all of our projects and the funding sources for those projects, and project-specific policies on conflict of interest where that's necessary. It all means that each and every project that the foundation has undertaken is reviewed by board members and does have these transparency steps associated with them. The bylaws under which the foundation is operating, we've posted on our website. That's Reagan-Udall.org for those of you who haven't had a chance to visit yet. In the coming weeks, we're going to add a section with additional details about our conflict of interest and transparency policies and procedures. Again, all in the interest of making sure that there's clarity about how we're operating and what projects are underway and moving forward. The Reagan-Udall Foundation is potentially supported by both public and private funds. When Congress created the foundation, it authorized transfers of funds from the FDA to the foundation for core operations in the amount of $500,000 to $1.25 million annually. The projects that the foundation undertakes can be funded by grants and charitable donations as well. These contributions are an absolutely integral part and were absolutely intended by the statute to help the foundation fulfill its mission of public-private collaboration around supporting the science. And as I said, we've got a number of policies in place regarding these contributions. All contributions are reviewed by the executive director and by the entire board, including both for merit and relevance to ongoing activities and potential conflicts of interest. And so the foundation, under its board's guidance, has discretion to accept or refuse any particular contributions. We've made available a statement of our financial position for the fiscal year 2011 and a list of all of the Reagan-Udall Foundation donations and income to date. That's on a table out in the hallway, right? Or, okay, yeah, table outside.
Yeah.
Okay. Just in terms of a summary of our financial position, our treasurer is traveling today as well, Georges Benjamin. We ended fiscal year 2011 with $903,000 approximately in assets, and then obviously we'll be tracking the financial status of the foundation as we go forward. Let me pause here and see if Ellen, Jane, anyone else on the board would like to add or clarify some of the kind of background on the foundation itself.
I think you did a great job. You know, we're very excited about this. This Reagan-Udall is modeled after the FNIH, and I'm privileged to serve on both. I chair public-private partnerships for the FNIH Foundation, and it's noteworthy to say that FDA is at the table on many of the projects we're doing at the foundation, the biomarker and a lot of the other projects. Our foundation is not advisory to the FDA. I think that's extremely important to understand. We do projects that are science, that are in the public good. Everything will be available to the public. So I think there is some confusion. On the other hand, it's very clear from the White House to every report that's been issued that we can't benefit patients unless we collaborate, we all sectors work together, and that's incredibly important, but there has to be transparency, and it has to be for the public good. So I think we're at a very good start, and I think there are projects that are unique to us from the regulatory science mission and all of the missions that are really important to the FDA. So it's a little slow, but we're here and we're ready, and as you see later on, there's a lot of projects that are on our plate, and we hope by next year's meeting we'll have a very robust portfolio.
With more suggestions from many of you who are here. Jane, any additional comments?
Not really. I think you covered pretty much everything. I'll be going over the projects that we actually have up and running and those that we're in the process of developing.